There are some nights where the cold seeps into your bones and even the warmest fire cue and keep the shadows out. So we tell stories. Stories of heroes and legends, of lives well lived, of passions that burned brightly and left the world a little warmer for having known them. Tonight, let me tell you about a man whose name echoed through time. He was born Ferenc Bolsara, but the world knew him as Freddie Mercury, the flamboyant frontman of the legendary band Queen. If you've ever felt the thump of "We Will Rock You" in your chest or belted out Bohemian Rhapsody, then you've touched a piece of his magic. He wasn't just a singer. He was a storyteller. His voice, an instrument of pure magic, soared through 4 octaves, effortlessly weaving tales of love, loss, joy, and pain. But behind the dazzling costumes and the electrifying performances, there was a man wrestling with a secret, a battle with his inner demons that mirrored the intensity of his art. Freddie Mercury was a complex tapestry, a blend of contradictions. He reveled in the spotlight, yet battled shyness. He poured his heart into his music, hiding his personal turmoil behind a mask of outrageous confidence. When he was diagnosed with AIDS, a disease that whispered fear and isolation, Freddie held his head high. The world watched as he fought, not just against the disease, but against the silence that surrounded it. His courage shone through as he helped break the barriers of a taboo subject. As the illness progressed, it took its toll on him. Some days, the simplest tasks felt monumental. Getting out of bed, walking a few steps, even standing for a song became a Herculean task. Yet every day he showed up. Why? Because music wasn't just his profession, it was his life. His music was his diary, his confessional, his scream into the abyss. Then came the day that tested his resolve like never before. The air hung heavy with the scent of decay as Freddie lay in his bed, his body racked with chills. Death loomed like a predator, sensing the impending kill. As his body succumbed to the relentless disease, he struggled to breathe, each inhalation a battle against the suffocating grip of mortality. In the depths of his being, a flicker of panic ignited. Would this be his final performance? The thought of fading into oblivion both terrified and fascinated him. But as the first chords of the show must go on echoed through the studio, something remarkable occurred. Panic gave way to resolve. Weakness transformed into power. Fear became fascination. Like a phoenix rising from the ashes, he found his voice. With a shaky hand, he reached out, leaning on the desk for support. His eyes closed as he inhaled deeply, bracing himself for the ordeal ahead. Then he began to sing. Each note was a testament to his indomitable spirit, a defiant middle finger to the grim reaper lurking at his side. As he poured his soul into the music, he momentarily forgot the gnawing fear. Instead, he channeled his terror into the performance, belting out the lyrics with a rawness that shook the very foundations of the studio. The music swelled, crashed, and soared, mirroring the tumult in his soul. And for those few precious moments, he was no longer Freddie Mercury, the man battling a deadly disease. He was a warrior of sound, a general leading his army of music against the enemy of death. When the last note faded away, leaving an eerie silence in its wake, he collapsed, spent but triumphant. The battle was over for now, but the war raged on. On October 14, 1991, The Show Must Go On was released. It was more than just a song. It was a battle cry, a declaration of war against death itself. 5 weeks later, on November 24, 1991, Freddie Mercury, the warrior poet of rock and roll, breathed his last. He was 45, but his music, his legacy, the story of his indomitable spirit continued to echo long after he was gone. For those who loved him, those who lost him, and those who never met him but feel as if they knew him through his music, his memory lives on. He reminds us that even when the darkness seems inescapable, the show must go on. Freddie, with his flaming heart, forever young, forever brilliant. Showed us how to live, how to love, how to face the darkness, and how to make the show go on.